Hi, my name is Sheila Hill and I'm an intuitive life coach and a spiritual guide. I'm doing a video today called Aggreeance versus Acceptance and how that relates to our ascension process. So I want to be very clear in starting to lay the foundation of this video, and it won't be very long, where we all understand that ascension happens at 0 point. Some teachers call it 0 point, some call it divine neutrality, some call it when you're no longer in duality or polarity. It's when you are in any now moment and then a stream of now moments where there is no emotional charge, where you are truly sitting in your divine essence as all that is and that is playing out in your reality or the collective's reality is what is divinely timed and necessary in that moment to serve everyone's best and highest good. There is no judgment. There is no, well, that's good and that's bad and that's okay, but that's not, and that's of the light and that's not of the light. It's understanding from that highest expression of self, that quantum expression of your divine essence, that whatever is unfolding doesn't need to be polarized. It's not dualistic. It doesn't have to have an emotional charge. There doesn't need to be judgment around it. That is where we ascend. And as we ascend, we create new anchor points within our own internal vibration. So if you're able to be in that 0 point divine neutrality for a certain amount of time with regards to a particular subject, then you have fully transmuted anything that you had held within your body, within your field, or within your lineage that was in contrast to that event, and you ascend, creating a higher vibrational expression within yourself, and then that becomes your new sort of baseline anchor point, and then you move from there. So it's a process. Consciousness ascending is one thing, whereas the physical body that we're bringing with us is an entirely other. And that's just how we do it. So, can you begin to look at your life and how it is unfolding and how it is showing you in every now moment where you still have some quote unquote work to do through the lens of agreeance versus acceptance? So, agreeance or disagreeance is a form of polarity. It is, this is good and this is not good. This is of the light and this is not of the light. It is an emotional charge. It is a trigger when something is presented to you, when it happens in your life, when you are feeling it within your physical body, and you're like, no, I'm not having that. Or yes, that feels fantastic, give me more. When you are in that space, imagine a pendulum, you're going back and forth between agreeance and disagreeance, agreeance and disagreeance. When you can move into acceptance, that is the divine neutral space, where you can say, while I don't necessarily agree with the riots or masks or COVID or the sky is blue, whatever, whatever it is that is being presented to you, while I don't agree, I can fully integrate acceptance that on some level, whatever it is serving a higher purpose in this now moment. That is where we begin to draw our polarity or our acceptance, our agreeance, disagreeance pendulum back into the center. So you may find that you are so much not in agreeance with something or in disagreeance of something that you're emotionally charged, that you feel it in your body. It might come out as anger and frustration, and you got to talk to somebody and you got to rant and you've got to vent and you've got to get it out. Then that's fine. Honor that in the kindest way possible without doing damage to yourself or others. Honor it. Honor the human part of you that carries that. But the quicker that you can actually bring yourself from that space back into full acceptance of what is, the quicker you will be back in flow with your universe, with your divine plan. You are connecting then back in with the unified field of the quantum limitless of all possibilities, and you are then ascending. So I'll give you an example. Just easy peasy basic example. I treated myself to a brand new MacBook Air in December, just 6 months ago, December 2019. And about 2 weeks ago, I went to turn it on as I normally would in the morning to start my day, and it wouldn't turn on. And I called Apple Care, and they walked me through some diagnostics, push all of these 5 buttons all at the same time, and it'll reboot it and reset it, and nothing worked. So my brand new computer's not working. There is somewhere where I can be in dis-agreeance with that event. They point me to a local authorized service dealer, and I contact them, and they tell me that they can't even look at my computer for 2 more weeks. So I wait the 2 weeks, and I take the computer in, and now it's going to be another 9 to 12 days before they're actually going to look at my computer and do the diagnostics on it. Now, an older aspect of me, which could have either been yesterday, last week, a year ago, or 5 years ago, depending, would have been in high resistance to this event. I would have been in disagreeance with Apple, with the service provider. This is not good enough. This is not acceptable. Why? I'm going to stomp my feet and have a tantrum and release all kinds of emotional charge around why my computer's not working. And that would have sent me on the pendulum, completely missing any opportunity to ascend, because the pendulum would have been going back and forth with my emotions and my moods and my thoughts around it and kicking up a fuss. Because I've been doing this work for a long time, and because I understand how all of this works, at each juncture, I allowed the disappointment to move through my body in that moment. I gave it love, and then I came into full acceptance that this is just the way it is, and that from some higher perspective that perhaps I can't see in this now moment, this is serving me. Now, I also went on a little bit of a thought loop where I'm like, well, it's eclipse season, and obviously they, me, higher self of me, God, universe, whoever it is that you think it is that is sort of constructing this for you, doesn't want me to be working, doesn't want me to do anything extra. I'm still seeing my clients one-on-one. We're doing it on Zoom. I have another computer in the home that I can use for that part of it. But as far as all of my documents, my programs, my workshops, anything that I would sort of go into creation mode and start making some new creations to bring to the world, I can't do because it's all in that laptop. So I fully accepted that this is the way it's going to be, and that it will all roll out exactly the way it's meant to in divine time, and that in the meantime, what I'm actually being shown is, Sheila, we don't really want you working right now. We want you to support the clients that you're working with and fully support yourself through this heightened energy, through this eclipse timeline, and we will return your laptop back to you in working order when it's good and ready. So I know that that's a very basic example, but it's sort of benign and it's got no charge to anyone but me. So I'm not sort of bringing any of the current events into this video to create more disturbance. But just if you can begin to look at your life through that lens. If I'm experiencing agreeance or disagreeance around something, then I am in the polarity pendulum. When I recognize that, I simply just need to honor my human for the experience that it is having, and then from that higher self perspective, bring yourself back into full acceptance when you can. And in every now moment that you can be in full acceptance, that everything is unfolding exactly the way it's meant to, and that perhaps through your lens, there are aspects of our collective journey or even your own personal journey that you don't quite see as being for everyone's best and highest good, but yet you can hold that higher knowing in some aspect of yourself, that full acceptance is available to you, and that is where you ascend. So I hope that you have got a new tool in your box now, having watched this video. Please click subscribe if what I'm sharing with you resonated. There's lots of other content here. And do just try, particularly right now where energies are heightened, where the collective experience is unfolding and unraveling quickly, and there's a lot of material there for you to be either in acceptance or non-acceptance with, in agreeance or non-agreeance, that how often you can move yourself into acceptance, that divine neutrality space where you have a deep inner knowing from the highest perspective of you that everything is unfolding exactly the way it's meant to. If you have any questions, please feel free to post them in the comments. Join my Facebook group. Contact me directly. Everything's in the links underneath. And have a beautiful, beautiful day. Until next time. Bye for now.